Hey everybody, and welcome to MyRadar's live Tuesday weather update. We're trying to come up with a name for it. The only thing I could come up with is Taco Tuesday, but I know that won't do for today. But we have plenty to talk about as we get going here in these next couple of minutes, and we're going to take a look at what's been going on. There is another risk for severe weather as we head into the next couple of days. Things are stormy across the Gulf Coast states today, but so far those severe thresholds have been holding off. So let's begin with a look at the live look at the MyRadar app, and we'll take a look at that first. And you can see that we've got the jet stream toggled on. I switched this because I wanted to kind of show the energy in the atmosphere. So we're going to take a look at the southern jet here that's over the southwestern United States. And you can see how it's just kind of feeding right along the Pacific coastline there and heads right over the southern tier of the U.S., feeding up into this line of storms that we're tracking across the Gulf Coast. And you can see a little bit of an echo there, or a bow echoing. We talk about that looks like a bow and arrow. That's through parts of southern Louisiana and southeastern Louisiana and southern Mississippi. There is definitely some winds packing inside of that system as well. So as we head through today, we'll keep an eye on that. But it's Thursday that could be the go day for another round of severe weather. And ironically, you guys, it could be in the very same areas that saw the tornado outbreak on St. Patrick's Day. So of course, when we're talking about severe weather outbreaks and the potential for multiple tornadoes, you know, our very own Aaron Jack is going to be out chasing those storms. He is currently in Missouri trying to see if he can catch a little bit of some of these storms that with this low pressure that's in the Midwest. But Aaron, I know you're going to be headed down to the southern states. Tell me what's on your agenda for the next couple of days.
Yeah, so I just came through the Missouri-Iowa state line through Kansas City into Lamar, Missouri right now. And it's been a cold, really windy, rainy day here in Iowa and Missouri. And in fact, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a 2% tornado risk here in this area today. But driving through the area, it was real cold and rainy all morning, so I don't expect that there's going to be too significant today in that area. So I decided to make my way down to the south, as you mentioned, there's another dangerous day looking like it's going to set up on Thursday. And there's also a slight risk for tomorrow in the Arkansas, Louisiana area. So I'll probably head down, chase that tomorrow, and then set up, get into the Mississippi, Alabama area for Thursday.
Well, we know it's going to be busy over the next couple of days, Aaron. We know you've got your hands full, and we look forward to seeing your video. You did such an incredible job last weekend. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you will be chasing this week. We hope folks will, of course, not have to bear a lot of bad weather, but we'll know you'll be on scene and chasing those storms. That's our very own Aaron Jack joining us live from Lamar, Missouri. Again, Aaron, thanks so much. And we want to switch to some live cameras. We're going to begin with a look at East Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is from our partners at WeatherStem, and we have had a lot of rainy weather in Louisiana over the last couple of hours. In fact, the southeastern part of that state is just socked in with rain and moderate to heavy storms, and more is on the way tonight. So we're going to talk about that as well. But let me take you now over to Mexico Beach, Florida. Beautiful weather camera here. And of course, so much building going on. You can see a little bit of that vantage point there. You can on the left-hand side of folks that are still rebuilding their homes there. I remember this area very clearly. I was actually in Mexico Beach, excuse me, when Hurricane Michael, after it moved through, and boy, was it just incredible to see the level of destruction. I'm so glad to see these homes slowly rebuilding. A lot of spring breakers will still be flocking to the Florida Panhandle in the coming days, so we know that folks will be getting ready for that as well. Well, let's talk about some lightning, shall we? We're going to take you to Houston, Texas from early this morning. Take a look at this. A lot of cloud-to-cloud lightning strikes. There you go. And we have seen a fair amount of that in parts of Texas with this storm system. Again, feeding those storms early this morning and moving into Louisiana today. Our next video is over in Gardendale, Texas, on the other side, where they had a haboob yesterday. That's a fancy word for a big old dust storm. And the wind was so bad and the dust was so prevalent, they actually had a dust storm warning for several hours in this area of Texas. They did not see the rain that Houston got this morning, but certainly good old-fashioned rain will clear things out for you pretty easily. All right, our last video, we've been taking an eye to the sky in Colorado. They have had a fair amount of snow in these western states. This is in Milliken, and more snow is in store for this area of the country as well as we head through the next several hours. But what I want to focus in on is what's going on with the radar. So we're back over to the WSI machine with our 5 live radars. And again, I'm going to kind of zoom in here just a bit. We'll take a look and see what's going on. There are currently no weather warnings. I do have those toggled on, but look at all that heavy rain, and there is definitely lightning in these storms as well. I can do a quick storm track on one of these, and let's see if we've got anything of interest here. A lot of this is just in the New Orleans area, Baton Rouge as well. So we'll do a quick slice here, and then we'll just drag this around and see what we've got going on. So if we take a look at this and kind of pull it back and forth, we'll see, you can see those cloud tops. They're about 40,000 feet up in the atmosphere, you guys. That's some pretty decent cloud tops. So there is definitely some severe weather just under that threshold of probably a severe storm. But look at that as I pull towards Galliano. That is well in advance of 40,000 feet up in the atmosphere. So definitely some interesting weather patterns here as we head through these next couple of hours. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Switching back over to the velocity mode, I'm going to take a quick peek here because I always like to see if we've got any rotation, and as I mentioned, there is currently no warning, so I'm not anticipating to see anything, but I'll get in a little tighter here, and we'll just take a quick look. This is the New Orleans radar site. Don't see anything too interesting here that's piquing my interest, but again, if there was something to develop, we would have the software is all turned on, ready to roll, and I don't see anything over here all that interesting, but again, we will watch that as we head through the next couple of days, or hours rather, and I'll pull that back out so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, so let me take you back to the big old machine here, and the risk today is a 1 out of 5. So when you look at this, the risk is relatively low, and as we head into this afternoon, we're still talking about the potential for some of these isolated storms throughout the day. We will likely see this change tomorrow and especially into Thursday, so that's what we're going to watch as this storm system tracks towards the east. Now, some of the things that we use to help forecast the weather is computer modeling. Well, there was big news from the National Weather Service yesterday. The GFS got a big turbo boost in their resolution. So the product itself is now going to be twice as the double resolution vertically as it was just in the past. And what that means is higher resolution, better model product for the exact same thing we're tracking: heavy storms, severe weather. But in this particular example, that's Hurricane Dorian. This GFS version 16 accurately forecasted the turn away from Florida, which gave an additional 36 hours lead time for the folks in Florida. So it was very instrumental. It was in a beta stage there, but of course now is operational as of yesterday with this new and improved weather modeling system. And it won't just be for hurricanes, as I mentioned, it will be for severe storms, but also snow. So look to hear more about the GFS. You hear an awful lot about the GFS and the Euro when we're talking about the two benchmarks of computer modeling systems that we look at for weather phenomena. So keep an eye and an ear out for that, you guys. We will have a lot more on that as we head into the coming weeks. All right, back to what's going on across the southeast. So as I mentioned, there's a special marine warning that's off the coast of Florida, but other than that, the line here relatively benign in terms of severe weather. It's definitely heavy thunderstorms here through parts of southeastern Louisiana, back into southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, now just encroaching into the Florida Panhandle. So we'll watch this as we head into tonight, but it's really tomorrow and again the go day Thursday, we think, for that potential for severe weather. We've actually had a lot of hail out there. Here's those storm reports from the last 24 hours and 36 hours actually. You can see several hail reports in the state of Texas, wind reports as well. And we'll see this push east as we head into tomorrow. And potentially, again, Thursday, we could be seeing severe weather. Here's a look at the last 48 hours or so on our SAT-RAD. And again, we're kind of focused. A look up in the Colorado area near Denver. So the low pressure center kind of spins up there, moves up towards the northern part of the Midwest, and then this trailing frontal boundary is what's triggering these storms. And then as it continues to push east, it's going to pick up some of that energy that's coming in from the western states, as I showed you with the upper air pattern, and that's going to help support some of these stronger storms. So as we head through tonight, watching some of these storms again across our Gulf Coast region, and then headed into tomorrow, looks like we're going to see kind of some bubbling up here in those southern fringes. But here comes another batch of storms through parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, and into Texas, and that's what we'll be watching as we head into Thursday. Look at the upper air pattern with the water vapor, shows that nice spin there through Oklahoma, Topeka, up into Lincoln. over the last 24 hours. A nice dry slot there through Texas. That's that orange shading you see. But that will change over to a much more unsettled weather pattern as we head through these next 24 to 48 hours. So there's our low. And as it tracks towards the east, that's what we're going to be watching as we head through Thursday. We're still tracking snow as well. So as we head through tonight into tomorrow, yep, Colorado, you are on deck for another 8 to 9 inches of snow, maybe even up to a foot in Pagosa Springs, 7 inches possible in parts of Breckenridge, and then a couple inches on the outer fringes there of the Wasatch. And that's what we're going to keep an eye on as we head through these next 24 hours to 48 hours. So if you still have spring break, and a lot of folks just getting that underway as we head through these next couple of weeks, you got some good skiing out here as we head through the rest of March. Well, next week, you guys, we're going to be premiering our Severe Weather Week. We want to let you know that there will be 5 stories that we'll be premiering for you to keep you ahead of the storm. We do this every year, and we'll be highlighting weather hazards. And day 1 will include severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, and lightning. We'll also have winter hazards as well as some information and tips from Aaron Jajak. So make sure you tune in. It is starting Monday, and we want to make sure that you guys watch this. We'll continue to promote it throughout social media and let you know when that is going to premiere. Again, this coming Monday, a week from yesterday. Stay tuned for our Severe Weather Week. All right, we always like to give you a little good smile, especially since we're just getting our day and our week started. So here's our Feel Good Friday video. This is from Aaron. He shot this a couple of days ago, and this was over near Buffalo, South Dakota, in the prairies there. And these guys, these bulls, were having a big time. He said they were bulls. I was not close enough, obviously, but Aaron was. And these deers were frolicking through the prairie, jumping over the fence, having some big fun, enjoying that vast landscape that is South Dakota. And I have not been there, but I heard it is an incredible state to visit. Definitely one that I want to check out as well. Okay, you guys, before we sign off, I got to let you know some housekeeping. Make sure you check out our social media pages. You can see them right there. You know we're at MyRadar. Make sure you follow us, won't you, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We would love for you guys to like our videos every time we post one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Helps our company build our social profile, which is what we're really trying to do. All right, I think that's going to do it, you guys. It is just a couple of minutes past 5 o'clock in the East Coast, and we're hoping you guys are doing okay for your Tuesday, and we will continue to keep you updated on the severe weather as we head through the remainder of the afternoon, or the strong storms, I should say. There's not severe weather right now, but strong storms. So let you know if those do get into the severe threshold ranges. But for now, that'll do it for our live update on this Tuesday. Hope you have a fantastic day, great work week, and we will see you in the fast forecast tomorrow. Stay safe, guys.